Wanda Maximoff and her twin brother Pietro were kidnapped in Serbia and taken to Wundagore Mountain where the High Evolutionaries' base was located. This being experimented on them and, after not obtaining the expected results, returned them to Wundagore under the idea that they were mutants. For years, she and her twin brother, Pietro, believed they were the children of a man named Django and Maria Maximoff, but years later it was revealed that they were actually Maria's nephews. When Wanda was still young, her magical power was detected by a coven of powerful Eastern European witches, Margali Zardos, Maria Russoff and Lilia Calderu. Lilia was also known as the Gypsy Queen, and got Maria Maximoff to bring Wanda to her, at which point Lilia took her to Russoff Castle to join the others. They hoped to take Wanda into their coven as an apprentice, but a servant of Cthon, Taboo, interfered with Wanda's initiation, as his master, who was the creator of chaos magic, had plans for her. During the following battle, Wanda manifested her powers for the first time and accidentally drew Cthon into her world. He informed the witches that Wanda could not join any coven, and because they could not face Cthon, they decided to return the girl to her parents. During their adolescence, Wanda and Prieto discovered that they had powers after saving their family from a fire caused by the townspeople, who were angry with Django for stealing food from them. During this altercation, the twins became separated from their parents. The circumstances of their separation from their family were so traumatic that they both suppressed the memory and were unable to recall it until they reached adulthood. The following years, the brothers spent touring Central Europe. As time went by, Wanda awakened her powers to alter reality, but since these were still very weak, she believed that she actually had the mutant power to alter probabilities. In later stories it was revealed that the source of Wanda's unnatural powers comes from two separate abilities: unparalleled mastery of royal magic, which was an ability granted by Cthon, and an innate power to warp reality granted by the High Evolutionary. Wanda accidentally burned down an unnamed village with her powers, and was attacked by the villagers. Due to the striking color of her hair, one of the villagers named her Scarlet Witch, the same name that would later become her alias. Magneto arrived at the scene and rescued Wanda from the villagers. Because of this rescue, Wanda felt indebted to Magneto, being willing to serve him until his debt was paid. Eric took advantage of Wanda's offer, and upon noticing that both she and her brother had powers, they were recruited into Magneto's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. As Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, they both fought the X-Men on several occasions, but the X-Men didn't really want to harm them. Magneto managed to capture Angel and planned to use him to lure the X-Men into a trap where they would be eliminated. Wanda decided to free Angel so he could save his friends. The breaking point between Wanda and Magneto came when the latter was willing to kill Quicksilver in order to destroy the X-Men. Luckily, Namor helped him save his brother, and Professor X was willing to let them escape, knowing that both of them were not evil and were just following Magneto's orders. Eric was subsequently imprisoned. The original Avengers decided to leave the team for a while, so Captain America decided to form a new team made up of Wanda, Pietro and Hawkeye. For a time, the witch lost her powers, but regained them during a conflict with the villain Archon. Quicksilver began a romantic relationship with Crystal of the Inhumans, and when they both had their first daughter, they discovered that Magneto was her real father, which in the end turned out to be false. Wanda fell in love with the synthezoid Vision, an artificial being created by the villain Ultron and who decided to join the Avengers after betraying his creator. Scarlet Witch married Vision, without realizing that they were being manipulated by Immortus, who sought to prevent Wanda from having a child under the belief that the witch was actually a Nexus being, an entity of enormous power capable of altering the universe. Immortus was afraid because he believed that a son of Scarlet Witch could have enough power to destroy different realities. In her desperation to have a child, the witch used her magic to give birth to twins, Tommy and Billy, who were created using the power of the demon Mephisto, who reabsorbed them shortly after. Agatha Harkness, who was her mentor, erased the memories of her children from Wanda's mind in order to ease her pain. After this tragic event, Wanda and Vision begin to distance themselves. While both served as members of the West Coast Avengers, Wanda also came to love Wonder Man, the man whose brain patterns had been used to create Vision. These three left the team to form Force Works alongside Iron Man and other heroes. Wanda served as the team's leader, but during their first mission, Wonder Man died, leaving her extremely depressed. Scarlet Witch rejoined the Avengers when sorceress Morgana Le Fay attempted to use Wanda to turn the world into a copy of Camelot where she was the sole ruler. Scarlet Witch managed to defeat her and in the process revived Wonder Man. Wanda remained part of the Avengers for a long time, and thanks to the training she received from Agatha, her mastery over chaos magic increased. She tried to save her relationship with Vision as best she could, even starting a sort of relationship with Captain America. Wanda began to feel overwhelmed by the memory of her children, her separation from Vision, and all the misfortunes in her life. As her mind fractured, she lost control of her powers. An unintentional comment from her teammate Wasp about Wanda's lost children seems to have pushed her over the edge. He suffered a nervous breakdown where he attacked his companions, killing Agatha, Vision and Hawkeye. Magneto appeared before the heroes and demanded that they hand over his daughter to him. The Master of Magnetism took her to Genosha where she was treated by Charles Xavier, but the psychic therapies were not working. Charles left Wanda in a comatose state and brought the Avengers and X-Men together to decide if they should eliminate Wanda, as she was becoming a major threat. Quicksilver was horrified that Xavier was seriously considering killing Wanda and convinced his sister to use her powers to prevent it. Wanda created a reality known as the House of M where Magneto was the supreme ruler and mutants were the dominant species. Wolverine, who had recovered the memories of his entire life during this event, recruited other heroes and with the help of Layla Miller, returned their memories of their true reality, so they decide to stop Magneto and Wanda. Layla used her powers to make Magneto regain his memories. After discovering that it was Pietro who manipulated Wanda and destroyed the world using her name, Eric decided to kill his supposed son. Seeing this, Wanda couldn't take it anymore and decided to return everything to how it was before. Along the way, it wiped out Earth's mutant genome, causing millions of mutants to lose their powers. After House of M, Wanda brought back Hawkeye. He located his old friend and saved her from a thief. After speaking, Hawkeye noticed that Wanda had lost all her memories and believed that she had lived in that town her entire life. Later, Henry McCoy also found Wanda and went to see her to help him restore the mutant gene, but she didn't seem to remember him either. At that time, Wiccan and Speed, two members of the Young Avengers, began to feel a connection with Scarlet Witch, so they both decided to look for her to find out what she was about. They both located her in Latveria where she was about to marry Dr. Doom. Wiccan told him about who he was and what he did. He also told her about his twin sons, almost telling her his suspicions that he and Speed were actually his reincarnated sons. Their story was interrupted by a battle that began between the Avengers, the Young Avengers, Magneto and Dr. Doom to take Scarlet Witch. Wolverine attempted to kill Wanda, but was stopped by Iron Lad, who teleported the Young Avengers and Scarlet Witch into the time stream. After this, Wanda regained her memories and confirmed that Wiccan and Speed were the reincarnations of her children. Realizing that her children are alive, Wanda met with X-Factor and with their help, they created a way to restore the powers of all mutants who wanted it. At that time it was revealed that Dr. Doom attempted to help her bring her children back, but the effort caused her mind to be damaged. Victor tried to steal Wanda's powers, but he lost them while fighting the Avengers and X-Men. Scarlet Witch had regained her sanity, but decided to stay away from the superhero life for a while. Even so, she decided to help the Avengers when the Phoenix Force returned to Earth. She and Hope Summer used the power of the bird to restore the mutant gene throughout the world. Following the disaster caused by Cyclops while under the control of the Phoenix, humanity began to reject mutants more than ever. Captain America decided to create the Avengers Unit Shield, which was made up of Avengers and X-Men. Among its ranks was Wanda. During a confrontation with the High Evolutionary, Wanda and Quicksilver discovered that they were not actually Magneto's children. Looking to find her place after all the revelations of her true past, Wanda found herself investigating a recent disruption in magic, as well as encountering the spirit of her biological mother, Natalia Maximoff, who revealed to her that the title of Scarlet Witch was inherited by the women in his family. Sometime later, Charles Xavier and Magneto created the mutant nation of Krakoa. An event known as the Hellfire Gala was held here. During his first installment, Magneto invited Wanda to the party, but she couldn't muster the courage due to the shame of her past actions against mutants. In the end, she agreed to go and shared a dance with Magneto. Wanda was later found dead by Speed, and Eric was the prime suspect. While the murder was being investigated, Xavier and the group known as the Five prepared to resurrect Wanda. This new witch only had the memories of her life until the previous events of House of M, so they had to reveal everything she had done during the M-Day. Wanda faced her murderer on the mental plane, which turned out to be her. Same. The witch had planned her death with the help of Magneto because by doing so, she could improve Krakoa's resurrection protocols. Thanks to this plan, Wanda was able to create a pocket, waiting room, that now allows all mutants to be resurrected, including those who never had the opportunity to manifest their X gene and those whose minds could not be copied. After this, the mutants who were still upset about M-Day decided to forgive Wanda. Because of this, and despite not being a mutant, Scarlet Witch is admitted into Krakoa, redeeming herself from her past sins. Currently, Wanda has decided to create a sanctuary where people with problems related to magic can go to ask for her help. Likewise, she agreed to join Captain Marvel's Avengers because she believes that she can be her best version when she is with them.